Hi everybody, welcome back to, we're still working on that personal logo design project. We are on to part 9 of the project. We're going to be flipping a layer in a composite image. So we have a couple images in there and we're going to do kind of like a flip to be able to get it facing the direction that, because of the light, how it should actually end up looking. Hopefully it'll help you out a lot depending upon what pictures and different ones you're trying to pull in for your image. Sometimes it just doesn't quite look right when it's in there, and hopefully I can try and give you an example of that before we get going here too far. But if you would for me, please go ahead and open up Photoshop and get ready to open up the hands-on tutorial for it. Okay, now that you have Photoshop open, let's go ahead and go to the Help button, down to Hands-on Tutorial. We're still working in Composite, and we're going to, where to go here? Flip a layer in a composite image right here. Looks like a boy with a green shirt facing towards the right. And we are going to go ahead and that's the tutorial we're going to try and work through. And here we go. So I'll move these kind of directions out of the way, double check on our workspace, reset essentials, just make sure that that's all set up correctly here. So we're going to click the eye icon to the left of the boy layer to hide this layer so you can see the background layer. So I see that little eye icon just to the left of the boy. Now I can see what's in the background. We click on that same spot again, that little empty box that's right there, and we can see what it looks like with the two combined on there. So we can start to see what's happening. So you can see that background layer, bunch of nice wood, light coming in from the right. We see the boy facing over towards the left. A lot of light coming over from there from the left. So we're going to go with the boy selected. We're going to go up to select and then subject. And so we'll see how well it'll do at picking out the boy on this particular image here. So just kind of move this out of the way some. Select and down to subject, about halfway down. And it goes pretty quick on my computer, but it does take a little bit longer on some of the Macs. And so we want to use that quick selection tool. We're going to click off and click back onto it here. We're going to click the add to selection option, so we want the one that has the plus button on it. Even though right now it's pointing at the negative one, we want the positive button one. And so click next, and we're going to drag over any parts of the boy and the blankets that aren't selected, so we can see that like a little bit of blanket in the background that's not selected. I can see part of this next to his neck that's not selected. The bottom of the blanket down there that wasn't selected. There's some outline little hairs that are kind of stuck out, but that should be okay. Let's go ahead and click next here. Move the directions back over to the left. Click the add layer mask icon to cut out the boy. And so what that is that's that little white rectangle at the bottom with the black circle in the middle of it. So we click on that right here. So that's helped to remove that background. Program did a good job of helping to kind of cut some of the different stuff out on there. You can see a little bit right there on the forehead, but that'll be okay for now. Let's go ahead and click the next button here. We're going to flip the boy layer horizontally. So we can notice that just like what it's saying, the light on the background is coming from the right, but for the boy it's coming down more towards from the left. So we want to make sure that the boy layer is still selected. So I'm actually clicking on the boy itself, not necessarily the background layer mask, but the boy itself. And it says edit, transform, flip without affecting the background layer. Now, I'm pretty sure we have a shortcut right here along the right, and this will do the exact same thing. Like we have a flip horizontal right here along the right side. I don't know why they're having us go all the way over to the edit other piece. It should be the same piece. I mean, this is even labeled as transform, but we'll go over here, edit, transform, flip horizontal layer. So edit, you go way down, about halfway down, transform, and then flip horizontal. So then now, as we look at it, let me get these directions. Directions keep getting in the way here. Now it looks like it's correct, because it looked like before there was a light coming in, but there was light on his face even though he's facing away. Now that he's facing towards it, that's good. But right now he looks, you see that real warm background behind there and how that has more of those like tans and earth tones. Right now he looks more, I don't know how to describe it. To me it seems more like a purple bluish kind of a piece. It's just, it looks off. And I know they did that on purpose so that we have that more, and try to make it look a little bit more natural. And so then we're going to create a new adjustment layer. And so we're still selected just on the boy, not on the background, not on the layer mask. And we're going to be clicking on that kind of little half circle, like half filled in, half not filled in circle there. We're going to create a new adjustment layer. We're going to go to photo filter. So photo filter right here. We want to choose a warming 85. Mine happens to be set to that. Warming 85. And a density set to about 25. And then we click next. And that's all we had to do. So let's try checking this photo filter. If I turn the photo filter off and on so we can help to see that difference there. So if I click on this, and then back, and then this, and then back, and so you can see how it adds that little bit of warmth. So all of a sudden, no filter, filter's on. No filter, filter's on. So even then it warms up the background a little bit, but you can see it a lot more on the actual boy itself. And that's all you had to do. So that photo filter can add a lot of other different changes in there. Imagine if we tried increasing the density. Ooh. Looks like he had a bad spray tan. Bring it back down to 0, 1%. Can't really notice anything. 50% seems a little strong, so that's maybe why they went towards like the 25. I probably would have shot more towards like 35, 40, somewhere in there. But don't have to do exactly 25. Do what looks good to you. And this is the main piece that you had to do for being able to flip a layer in a composite image. And they just kind of add that extra little photo filter option that you can do in there to do a little bit of adjustments for pictures. Hope that helped. So I hope that helped. That was a little bit longer of a different picture on there, but key pieces to bring back on it. You do have that subject selection tool, which is nice, especially if you have definitely something in the image that's sticking out a lot more than everything else. Makes it a little bit faster if it works properly than having to try and use the quick selection tool. Second is just that idea of being able to, on the transform, being able to set and flip an image horizontal to where it's just like, you can take something where it's looking to the right and you can make everything look like it's looking to the left, or flipping it up or down. And so there's going to be some of those transformations you're going to need to do with either your different symbols or pictures that you're using for your personal logo to be able to try and help out on there. And the photo kind of filter effects most likely won't use on this project, but it definitely is a nice kind of addition to be able to help out. I hope this helped, and go ahead and check you out on the next video here. If you got any questions, definitely help make sure to let me know and email me, ask me in class. Otherwise, I'll see you later. Peace.